In the red, our first Zerg player. Excuse me, in the red.
GSL Revival.
I apologize, guys. I don't always get those out perfectly. Revival. A revival, excuse me. Now, to our other player. Looks like their name had been misspelled on my stat sheets. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Sorry for not introing the player name perfectly. We have our Terran player, formerly known in the tournament as Butterfly Effect.
ZeNEXButterfly.
Butterfly. Now, one thing to note is that we've seen a lot of Terran vs. Terrans from Butterfly. We've not seen as many from him this game. I mean, from in this GSL Terran vs. Zergs. And as you can see, some excellent artwork from some of our fans here. By the way, if you guys ever want to come down to the Golem TV studio, you're always welcome to come down here. Entry is free.
And Tasteless gives free hugs.
I give free hugs. Free high fives or hugs, depending.
Here comes the drone to come in and scout to see what is up with the Terran. Doesn't see a 2-Rex. I think I'll be relieved to see it's not 2-Rex opening. So I spot the 1 gas, and I'm thinking, okay, at least I don't have to worry for a little while. I might be able to expand right now, safely, for a while.
Yes, I mean, it's 2-Rex was so popular on this map. Oh, Season 2. So many 2-Rexes in that. That was back when people were still able to get away with Marine SCV rushes.
Tasteless is taking a walk down memory lane right now.
A little walk down memory lane.
Oh,
right,
the
it was actually like Groundhog's Day, the movie, where every time I wake up I'm in the same game. And then Zerg is going to go and get the factory, so it's not going to be any kind of late second Rax aggression. We don't see a Terran add-on on the barracks, though. So we don't really know what we should be expecting yet. Zerg, on the other hand, got to go ahead and expand.
Pretty standard play from both players on Zelnaga Caverns, which is a pretty fan map for TVZ, I would say, pre-GSL, because all the new GSL are super macro. This SCV is going to come in and scout the expansion of the Zerg player. You do see that there's a reactor going up on the Rexus, so seeing early racing car play, we might be seeing
the race cars, the Hellions. We could be seeing a little bit of that. Actually, that would make perfect sense, judging from the situation with Terran not taking his second gas. Hellions are actually great on this map because there's so many back doors you can go through on this map. It's wide open. If they don't have the ramp defended, you can go up there. And, of course, it allows the Terran to sort of be the boss, not so much as far as map intel, because Zerg have overlords around the map, but at least with the Zelnaga watchtowers.
The Natra is also super open, so you can go in from behind the drone line and take down drones pretty easily if you do manage to get in and not get surrounded by Speedling. Speedlings are going to be over here and checking out if the Terran is going to expand, because he's feeling very suspicious at the moment. He's thinking, don't see any Terran units out at the moment, must be going for fast expansion, which the Terran player is actually doing at the moment. He does spot the 2 Helions coming in, though.
Yeah, the Hellions got out. And now that's exactly what I was talking about. They're going to control the Zelnaga watchtower. Now, there's still a million different things Zerg can do after they get the expansion up. We've seen mech play. We've seen some people tech straight to Hellions with Blue Flame. We've seen all sorts of stuff. Once again, Zerg really should not be out on the map, period, if he saw those Hellions.
Yeah, he really needs to put down some spine crawlers right now, which he's doing. Needs to defend his natural at the moment, and careful not to let them run into his main base, though. Brings one of his queen out to try to defend this. You see a Speedling's just standing behind and checking out what's the situation. He's like, okay, you know what? I don't want to go in and go for suicide unless there's really a need, which is actually working out quite well. Like the queen standing in front.
Yeah.
You shall not pass. Don't come near my base.
The queen is the bouncer, actually, for the Zerg club right now. And the Hellions are like, no, man, my name's on the list. One thing also you got to be careful about from a Zerg standpoint, I'm sure you've experienced this, is with this strategy, the Hellions, one of the things you want to do is burn down the creep tumors as they try to put them up. Because even if the queen is there to push back your Hellions, you could still melt the creep tumors before they finish. And without any creep tumors, it's going to be very difficult to control that area around the center, that pit in the center of the map. One of the Xel'Naga caverns, if you will.
Since the lair is almost up for the Zerg player, he just put down a Roach Warren, which is to defend against the race cars.
The race cars, the Hellions. And I think, I don't know. I'm kind of curious as to how this is going to go.
Well, he's going to get Blue Flame right now, so it shows that he's going to commit to this. You know what? I hope like the Zergs actually predict this, and he's like, I think he's going to go for Blue Flame. Maybe I should go for Muta. But getting Roach speed right now, so we do see the Zerg is going to invest in Roaches, which is a good reaction to Hellions, I'd say. But I want to say something.
Please.
You know, as a Zergling, if I see this on the street, I'll be very sad.
Yeah.
Something like Blue Flame, and I'll be like, I need to run away.
Well, it would just be terrible if you were a Zerg and you saw Blue Flame Hellions.
I mean, you're just like,
oh my god.
Kills you. You don't even have a chance to do anything before you die.
Well, actually, that might not be so bad.
He's actually investing in Marines because you do see he's getting the Marine upgrade. And
I believe that the technique that the Terran is actually trying to employ here is you go for the Blue Flame Hellions, and if he goes Roaches, you get Marauders. If he goes Mutas, you get Marines. And you basically just control the map that way. And here's what I was talking about, denying the creep tumors. Uh-oh. Overextending himself a little bit there.
Here you come.
Here comes Butterfly Effect. He's stimming. He's going for it. The question is going to be, can the Lings do the damage before they're wiped out? Only, 3 Hellions left over. Maybe not enough Marauders here. It's not clear.
He does micro his army, though. He actually tried to bring his Bioball back, but that doesn't work out. Here comes the Roaches. This Harry's like, oh my god, Roaches, I gotta get out of here, which he does. One Marine actually rallied in and dies to the Roaches, really sadly. What the Zerg need to do right now is actually get an expansion on the goal, because he has a slight advantage here, because the Terran player actually lost his army during that push, and he really needs to be one up of the Terran, because the Terran has his second base running for quite some time now.
And on top of that, if I were the Zerg, I'd take the rocks. Some Zergs will still take the blue base in the back. But I think if you get this ahead, take the rocks and use maybe 1 or 2 minutes after you've secured that. Hold that thought, though. Use those 1 or 2 minutes of your explosion and your income to crank out more units, and just make sure that the Terran takes his gold as late as possible. Then, meanwhile, you take the upper left location.
He wants it.
Here he goes. He actually just wants to win this. He just wants, obviously he wants to win this. He just wants to end this.
SCVs.
That all came down to the SCVs repairing that bunker.
Yeah.
This game would look very different had that not happened.
He would have actually lost that right there, but he's defying us, Tasteless. He's getting an expansion on the 3 o'clock position.
I would never have expected him to do that. I don't know what to say. To each his own. Normally we see them either take the upper left with the gold, but you know, the one thing about taking the 3 o'clock position is if Terran doesn't find that, normally we'd see Zerg probably take this if Zerg was behind. But if Terran doesn't find that, and let's say that gets halfway mined out, and this is a half map situation, which can happen in this matchup, then Zerg wins. Because even though Terran will eventually take that out and make it his own, Terran won't be able to mine as many minerals.
You're absolutely right, Tasteless. He's going for a more conventional Zerg right now. He's going for Muta Banelings, which is kind of like the most effective thing for a Zerg player. SEV is going to come in. Roche wants to defend this.
So much for the element of surprise.
Surprise! Not. So Muta Banelings are going to come in from the Zerg player right now, which is going to be good. He's getting Baneling speed.
Complete.
It's a standard reaction to this army that this army that the Terran is doing right now, which is siege tanks and bio. What he will do is, if you guys have been watching Starcraft, what he will do is he will move his mutas to try to kite the siege that are behind and use his Baneling to do a huge combustion on the bio army that's going to be in front. The creep is actually spreading right up to the Terran's front base, though. He really needs to try to control the creep. Look at the creep on the screen. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful if you're Zerg, which you are. I think honestly, the Terran's been really, really passive and seems to be going for, a second push here. He scans. He does see that. That's good. He's going to get rid of that because you could actually move that creep all the way up to the location where the gold base is. I don't know if Zerg can hold this. He's going to have to just force the Terran to siege up over and over and over again until finally the Terran is in range of the expansion.
I think he actually can hold this because Roaches are going to defend against the Bio Army that's coming in. Mutalis are coming from behind.
Muta's coming in from the back, takes out one siege tank. And let's see here. We need to see more Zerg units coming in here. He's going to win this butterfly effect.
Here comes the Banelings.
Not in good shape. Banelings, nowhere to really run with him. Whoa. This is going to be very difficult for Terran to recover from.
Do you see Revival actually pull back some of his Mutalisk when he sees like the Bio Army hesitating? He's like, okay, the Bio Army is moving in front and then he's going backwards again. I'm going to move my Mutalisk out and wait for my Banelings, which was what he did, and that actually went really well for him. Baneling's speed is already up, so the Zerg player is really much in front right now. He's controlling the map, which is so important when you're playing Zerg versus Terran. Most important is map control, which the Zerg actually has right now.
And he also spotted the burrow Banelings.
He did.
So that element's present. This angle could be much worse. This is probably the angle Terran should have pushed from to begin with because of this small bottleneck area here. But actually, there might be just too many Banelings.
Oh, no.
Too many Banelings.
Catches the tank that was up front, and here comes the Steam Pack trying to run away from the Banelings and running after them, but the Banelings are like, I'm rolling, I'm in a good position. The Zerg is really confident right now, as you can see on the screen. He's being super aggressive and going so near to the Terran's base.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually chasing the Terran literally all the way back to his front yard. More drones for transfer over here.
He can actually expand again.
He easily could expand again. I'm surprised he hasn't already, but it looks like, from the way that Terran has taken this, the attitude that Terran has coming into this game, it seems like he's just been so aggressive. I mean, Terran's only just now making the command center.
I think he's slightly too passive this round. What do you think?
Economically, yeah. You mean the Terrans? But yeah, I think for what he should just be kind of trying to dominate the map. All you got to do is get a planetary fortress in the middle where the gold is, and you are allowed to make mistakes, but otherwise, trying to win the game
without the goal.
Yeah, the mid-game tech, is just not safe. I mean, it's just not. You can do it, but there's probably better ways to go about doing stuff like that.
Do you think if the Zerg actually go into the Terran space right now in the Natural, he can take down the front door?
No. I don't think so because of the bunkers and just the positioning, and it's one of those things where there's no need to try to do something like that because when you're ahead, you just want to get more ahead. But Zerg actually might go around from the back now that the Terran has left, now that it is open, and delay the Terran from actually taking the rocks or destroying the rocks at the gold.
He's gonna come in right now. You do see the Banelings are gonna roll in first, coming from behind. Catches the SCV line. That's gonna explode the SCVs.
My God. Whoa. I don't actually even know how many SCVs died there. That was insane.
The whole line.
Yeah, I think it was almost the entire line of SCVs died that game.
This is like